Hi, I'm Jeanette Sims from Trade Thirsty. I spent 25 years in the markets and most recently 11 consecutive days covering the SpaceX IPO in real time. This presentation takes everything we learned and gives you a playbook for what comes next. And by the end of this, you will know how the Musk empire works, what the SpaceX launch taught us, and exactly how to position for other big mega IPOs like Anthropic and OpenAI. Now, I want to start with three questions first. And I want you to be honest with yourself. Question one: SpaceX went public and jumped 43% in 2 days. The next two AI IPOs, which are Anthropic and OpenAI, are coming. Do you know how to position? Question number two: Tesla whipsaws constantly on Elon headlines. Do you actually understand the pattern, or are you just reacting? And question number three: $600 billion is about to be forced into SpaceX by index funds, whether they want it or not. Did you know that? Now, if any of these things I've just said made you pause, stay with me because that's exactly what we're going to cover. Now, let's set the stage first. The 2026 AI IPO wave is unlike anything that we've seen. So, SpaceX, the largest IPO in history, is already trading at 43% above its price at the time of filming this. Now, Anthropic is targeting an October 2026 listing at a staggering $965 billion valuation. And OpenAI is right behind it at $852 billion. So they're all targeting like a Q4 2026 release. Now, Goldman says the total proceeds, this is going to really make you go, what? The total proceeds from these transactions could hit $160 billion. Let me put that into perspective. That's 4 times everything that went public in all of 2025. So this is a once in a generation window. Retail traders, we have front row seat to all of it. All right, now this might be one of the most important slides in the deck. Most traders look at Tesla or SpaceX as individual stocks, those who don't trade them. The traders who get ahead of the moves understand the whole empire. One founder controls 6 interconnected companies. Tesla, not just cars. It's batteries, robo-taxis, full self-driving. Personally, I own 2 Teslas. My daughter has one. I have one. I own them both. And I think last time I checked, 93% full self-driving. I'm letting the car do everything for me. They're also going to have robots, right? The robots are a big thing. I can't wait to have one in my kitchen, scrubbing my dishes. Now, SpaceX and Starlink, the data infrastructure moving from the ground to orbit. Then you have XAI and Grok absorbed by SpaceX. Now that burned about 2.47 billion per quarter. X, formerly Twitter. I still say Twitter. I can't say X. Now folded into the XAI entity. And Starship loses money now, but could cut launch costs by 10x. Now, when any one of these moves, all of them move. And that is the empire effect. That is what you are trading. Now, I call this the story of 2 Teslas. During the SpaceX IPO launch, I told my audience about this pattern before launch day. And here's the simple truth. Tesla doesn't trade on its fundamentals right now. It trades on Elon. Good Elon day, Tesla goes up. Bad Elon day, Tesla goes down. SpaceX launch day was the proof. Tesla closed up 4.6% the day before the launch. Then SpaceX started trading and Tesla dipped as the capital rotated. Then by afternoon, Tesla recovered back to a price level above $400, which was positive on the day. The entire story of 2 Teslas played out in one single trading day. And watch Tesla as your real-time signal for the whole Musk universe. If Tesla is falling while SpaceX is rising, then rotation is happening. If both are rising, what I like to call the Musk halo is intact. All right, now SpaceX went public on June 12th, $135 an offer. It opened at $150, hit $168 plus. Closed day 2 at $192.50, 43% in 2 days. Here's what that taught us. Lesson 1, you are not buying at the offer price. The $135 went to Goldman Sachs clients. You bought at $150 at the earliest. Lesson 2, your broker matters. E-Trade gave customers 28% of what they asked for. So you were able to make a request. Say you put in a request for 100 shares. You got 28% of those. That was how they delegated all the assets across all their customers. Now, Schwab only gave 4%. They were dead last on what they gave their customers. Same IPO, very different result. So if you're thinking about trading an IPO, check your broker first for the next one. Lesson number 3, the index bomb. Now, Elon got this NASDAQ fast entry rule put into effect, and it forces ETFs to buy SpaceX around July 7th. Now, that means a second wave of buying is coming. Lesson number 4, read the S1. SpaceX buried a $4.9 billion net loss on page 47. And look, most people never got there. Now, this is the story most people completely missed. Before SpaceX agreed to list on the NASDAQ, they negotiated a special rule called the fast entry. We just talked about that. It means SpaceX gets added to the NASDAQ 100 approximately 15 days after listing. So July 7th, put it on your calendar. Now, when that happens, every ETF and index fund tracking the NASDAQ must buy SPCX. The QQQ has 330 billion in assets. Add all that up, all the NASDAQ tracking vehicles, and you get over $600 billion with no choice, no price consideration. They just have to buy. Now, smart traders are positioning ahead of that wave right now. They plan to buy early and sell into that $600 billion flood. And that is the game inside the game. And it hypothetically repeats for Anthropic and OpenAI when they list. So it's very important that you understand all of that. Now, the next 2 AI mega-IPOs are coming fast. And here's what you need to know about that. Anthropic targeting October 2026 on the NASDAQ, $965 billion valuation. They're on track for their first profitable quarter. And Amazon, get this, Amazon is a major investor. Now, here's the risk. They have a Pentagon blacklisting lawsuit still in active litigation. Now, your proxy play right now before the IPO would be to buy Amazon. They're a major backer and host Claude on AWS. If you don't know about Claude, Google it right now. It's life-changing. Now, OpenAI is targeting Q4 2026, $852 billion valuation, $25 billion in revenue. This is stacked. I can't believe this number. 900 million people at the time of print weekly using ChatGPT. Now, here's the problem. They lose $1.22 for every dollar they earn. So they're burning, I think the number's like 27 billion a year. They need 207 billion in additional funding through 2030 just for compute. That's your proxy play for this particular one. It's Microsoft, major partner with revenue share through 2032. Now, when Anthropic and OpenAI file their public S1s, most retail investors will read headlines, numbers, and they'll stop. Number 1, we're going to go through 5 specific situations, okay? And the traders who make good decisions will read 5 specific sections of the S1. Number 1, revenue versus net loss. So back to SpaceX. Buried a $4.9 billion net loss on page 47. Most people never got there. Number 2, the risk factors. Read them, really. Anthropic has that Pentagon lawsuit. OpenAI needs $207 billion in additional capital. Number 3, voting control. Now, in the Elon universe, he controls 85% of SpaceX votes. You are not a partner. You are a passenger. Number 4, customer concentration. If one customer leaves, does the whole business model break? And number 5, the lockup structure. SpaceX gave 3.75 billion in shares to friends and family, and they had 0 lockup. That meant they were given those shares and they could go sell them the moment trading opened. So you have to know this stuff before you buy. Imperative. All right, now I'm going to blow this up for you. Here are 5 entry strategies, and these were built from the SpaceX countdown, and They were validated against real launch day results. And we gave these 5 entry strategies to our readers well in advance. Write them down. Strategy number 1, buy at the offer price. If you can get in at whatever, the 135 equivalent of SpaceX for Anthropic or OpenAI, historically, that's going to be your best entry, right? Duh. Check E-Trade, check Fidelity, and SoFi now before the filing drops. Strategy number 2, buy at the open. You will pay more than the offer. And you know that going in. If you buy at the open, you have to understand what that strategy means to you. Set a limit price the night before. Be ready, be prepared to have a plan. Strategy number 3 is you could wait days 2 through 5. Just wait it out. Historically, the smartest retail entry, if the stock holds above offer after 48 hours, that is a real signal. Now, strategy number 4, position ahead of the index wave. Buy in SpaceX's situation, buy before the forced buying hits and sell into it. July 7th market. Strategy number 5, buy the proxy stocks now. If you're planning on being part of this, be part of it. If you're not willing to be part of the actual IPO and the risk it brings, think about those stocks we listed. Amazon for Anthropic, Microsoft for OpenAI, NVIDIA for all of them. Now, it's lower risk, fully liquid, and it's already in the trade before the IPO. Now, some of you may be watching this way post when these stocks go public, and that's fine. The rules remain the same. The top 5 strategies you see right here, they are 5 viable situations you could put yourself in, regardless of who the IPO is, regardless of who the particular company is. All right. Now, before I wrap up, I want to leave you with one question. This is a question I ask my audience every single day during the SpaceX countdown. Are you buying the company or are you buying momentum? Now, if you believe in the 10-year thesis, Starlink at 100 million subscribers, Anthropic powering every enterprise workflow, OpenAI becoming the operating system of the knowledge economy, then the entry price matters less. Buy your position, size it appropriately, come back in 5 years. Look, I've done those exact same things with GLD, with Tesla. There are stocks or markets that you believe have a longevity to them. And in these situations, that's why I personally bought SpaceX, because I'm not thinking about how much I'm going to make on a day trade up, down, weekly, monthly. I'm not even looking at it. I'm just going to let it play out because I have my risk in check. I know what I can afford to lose, not what I'm trying to gain. And that's how you have to play it. Now, if you're buying on an IPO because of FOMO, it's going to be super loud, right? The FOMO is going to be like super loud. I'm sure it was with SpaceX. Like I have friends and family who never traded a stock in their life, probably can't even spell SpaceX, asking me if I was buying it and should they buy it? What should they do? You got to do your own homework. And if you're buying off FOMO, that is the most dangerous way to buy any stock, especially when we're talking about 3 of the largest AI IPOs in history arriving back to back to back. Now, decide in plenty of time to make an educated plan on what you're going to do with the trade, not at opening day when the hype is at like super max, right? All right. Well, this got jacked, didn't it? But we're here at the end, so it's going to be what it is. I'm leaving it up there big. I'll put a ticker on this for you so you can see. All right. Jeanette Sims, not a professional video maker, but I'm about to head to the beach, y'all. So this is going to be what it is right here. Now, I've been trading for 25 years and I've trained tens of thousands of traders in my career. But here's the bottom line on the biggest IPO in history. I started my series completely neutral on SpaceX. Even though I'm a big Tesla bull, I came into SpaceX neutral. 11 days later, I was cautiously bullish on the 5 to 10-year thesis. And I'm absolutely certain that the AI IPO wave of 2026 is the most important market event for retail traders. I mean, I'm talking like in a generation. So I'm I'm going to give you a special bonus here. It's my SPCX report. It's the archive for free. It's 11 issues covering everything we discussed today, but in much greater depth. And if you're thinking about IPOs, period, this report can help you. Now, the report continues on. I'm going to do all the coverage through Anthropic and the OpenAI when those IPOs file, and then always covering important market developments that I believe could help you along the way. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to help. All right. So there's a link scrolling. It's scrolling kind of fast. I'll see if I can slow that down just a smidge so you can write it down. It's tradethirsty.com/SPCX. You get the full archive. You'll get the Anthropic and the OpenAI coverage when those IPOs file, plus all relative market commentary that I believe is important to you as a trader. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you take me up on getting the report and follow me along the way. And remember, trade thirsty, my friends.